Right, hello everybody. Let's try that again. Right, hello everybody. Welcome to Tuesday night WAOF1 for the brand new season 9, kicking off at Bahrain. It's the same format as always, so full qualifying, 50% race. We are going to be kicking off in just a moment when he joins me, with Whale coming in for a pre-quali interview. We're going to have a little chat, partly about his ownership of the league and, of course, about the new game as well and his expectations. So once he gets in, we'll be doing that. Other than that, we've got... we should, if I can get it to work properly, we should have the return of votes this season, so you should be. I'm hoping, as long as I can get it to work anyway. Prediction, that's what I mean. Prediction. So, who? I'm actually going to set one up right now and see if we can get it to work. So, don't know why Wales not joined me. Ah, there he is. Okay. So, hello. Don't forget to include your audio, please, Mr. Whale.
And there you go.
Excellent. So, guys, I'll just put the prediction on hold for a second, but we do have the return of predictions this season, and I also have a few other things in the pipeline that should hopefully come in from next week or the week after, depending on how bothered I can be to do them, really. Right, so...
You never change, do
I
you?
have some things in the pipeline. No, absolutely not. Yeah. What you got to do, Mel, is pester me all week, all right? And I might have it done for now. Right, I've invited you in. It's becoming like a little tradition, actually. Actually, I wanted Ozers in as well.
We can try and ask him.
I've just sent him an invite, so hopefully he joins. Anyway, let's kick off because due to technical issues, I'm a little bit later than I'd have liked because trying to sign in on my Xbox and it was starting to ask for a password that I couldn't bloody remember to save my life. So I ended up having to go through a bloody QR code and stuff like that. So yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, so let's kick off. So I've got two sets of questions I want to ask you really. So I have one about your ownership, and then I want to talk to you about the game and your thoughts on it and all that sort of thing. So let's kick off the ownership side of things first. So we're kicking off season 9
Yes.
in WAOF1. The obvious question, did you think for a second when we first started that we would still be here 9 seasons later?
Absolutely not, mate. I always mentioned it, but the very first race, I didn't even make the first corner. So to be here now is obviously very impressive, and obviously we couldn't do it without everyone that takes part and helps us out. So
Absolutely.
thank you to everyone,
Admins, etc., and the
yourself
drivers and all
included,
that, because
Hilly, all the drivers,
includes everyone.
stewards, drivers, admins,
Yeah.
everyone. Yeah.
So yeah, so a big shout out to all those guys. How amazed are you? Other leagues are, some are doing alright, some are struggling, and yet we just seem so lucky that we just seem to fill the grids. I'm not going to say easily because you do behind the people won't know they're just driving in that, but behind the scenes you do so much work to get people in and the right people in and all that sort of thing. So I'm not going to say it's easy, but how pleased are you? You know.
Yeah, extremely pleased. As you know, you were there last year. We had a good group of us all meet up, so we're obviously like a core group, as it were. And then we get sort of the odd newbie every now and then obviously regular drivers as well.
Yeah. Absolutely, and with the new guys, we never know. We always ask their TTs, of course.
Yeah.
Which it's a bit awkward on 26 because it's not really
Yes.
representative of the race at all.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of little issues with that in the background, but there's not much
Hmm.
else we can do, I don't think, other than ask for
No,
excuses. So,
not really.
just quickly want to say hello to the three people that said hello. So, hello Josh, hello the other Josh, and hello Ben. Good evening to all three of you. There are more there. They just haven't said anything. Okay, just moving on then. That was all I really wanted to ask you about the ownership side of things, because obviously next season will be season 10. So I think
Yes.
we'll go more into depth on all that sort of thing at the start of next season instead. Yeah, so move on to the game first of all then. So
Hmm.
how are you enjoying it?
I'm really enjoying it, to be honest. It's obviously my first year where I started the game on the wheel, so I'm considerably more up to speed than I was last year. It's fair to say. But yeah, it's good fun. It's obviously very different with the battery.
Yeah.
Um, Other than that, no massive changes. Obviously, lots of little ones,
So
but not.
what are you doing in the background then to sort of help yourself when you approach
Um,
not so much of pre-season races, but now we're at the actual season? What are you doing to make sure you're using your battery correctly and things like that?
just a little bit of practice every now and then. I've been quite lucky the last few days. I've had quite a bit of free time, so
Yeah. Any
won't
videos or
count.
anything like that? Any
Won't.
YouTube stuff?
Don't tend to learn from videos, more from practice. Just
Yeah,
doing it
I agree.
myself, really.
Yeah,
Um,
um,
yeah, it
absolutely.
is.
We got Mr. Ozers now. So hello Ozers. Have you included your audio?
Whoa.
Hello.
Yes,
Have
I
you?
have.
Yeah. You missed the questions asked well about the ownership, but we need to move on because it's already 8 o'clock now. So I'm going to just fire the same questions at you, please. So first of all, how are you finding the new game?
Fun.
Fun.
Really, really good.
Okay, and what are you doing in the background when you're preparing for an actual league race, not the pre-season ones, but an actual league race? What are you doing in the background to try and be ready?
So far nothing. Um,
Oh dear.
My first lap,
Excellent.
the first lap in qualify, or my out lap night, will be my first lap of Bahrain.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, in all, just to explain to people, to be fair to you, your F1-25 season ran really late, didn't it? The 26 had already released, and you went on for a
Yeah,
little
but
while afterwards.
that ended
So you
a
didn't
good.
want to.
But that also did end a good few weeks ago. I just at the moment I just can't be bothered playing a game. If I'm being honest.
Maybe part of that is because your 25 season went on though, so you didn't get the break that the rest of us got. It wasn't a long break, but it was something. Okay, I'm aware we're loading into quality, but just
all good.
quickly then. So, regards to night, Bahrain, I know it's a difficult track for the wheel players, which you both are.
Yes.
What's
Can I
well, you
just?
first. Yep.
I was practicing with Guna for the last hour, and I was very much on the same pace as him.
Nice.
So,
So,
and I have
with
to say,
that in
I
mind,
actually quite enjoyed a few laps I did. I have to say.
okay, good. So maybe it's a bit better for wheel players this year. Um,
Yeah.
what's your goal tonight? First of all in quali, and then the race.
Gold is always Q3, and then the race. I'll say top 5.
Fair enough. Yep. Um,
If I
and
can make it out of Q1, I'll be happy.
okay, and for race.
I can not lose up like five wings.
Okay.
That would be ideal.
Less than 5 wing changes. That's
Yeah.
yeah. But you should be all right with that Bahrain. In all fairness, should.
Hopefully.
Touching wood here, houses.
You'd like to think so.
Obviously, the other thing about Bahrain, it's a long old run down to turn 1, so getting that boost mode on as quick as you can without spinning at the start is going to be important. But what's your plan down to turn 1? Well,
Stay out of trouble.
just avoid
Yes.
carnage,
Yes.
basically.
Very much
Moses,
so.
it's yours to cause carnage.
Well, inadvertently, yes, because I can't start too well. So if anyone's behind me, I just bog down and then they could hit me.
Yeah. Well,
So
join the club on not being able to start too well, mate. A track like this, for this sort of long run down to turn one, I lose at least 5 places as a minimum.
I
That's a
don't
good
remember
start.
if we've got Mexico on the calendar, but it's going to be a long day if I don't have it figured out by then.
Yeah.
I imagine we will.
Okay,
look.
look, guys. I would love to keep you here and talk for a few more minutes, but we are into Q1,
We actually don't.
and so we ought to.
Yep.
I ought to let you go, really. I'm sure I can.
No
I
worries.
think I can start talking to non-Xbox players now. So hopefully I can get a few chats with everybody in this season. But I'm sure I'll speak to you both again at some point, as it's a long season. So go
No
out,
worries.
enjoy the first race. Don't get too annoyed if things don't go right. But I hope they do. So good luck, both of you, and
Thank you.
enjoy yourselves mainly.
Thank you very much. Should have,
Cool.
special, as you know, you've got the classy joining. I'll leave
I
that
do,
for you.
yeah. I was about to
have
tell
fun.
everybody that. That was my next thing I was
Yeah,
going to
well.
say. So yeah, thanks for that. Well, now I've got to think of something else.
Have fun. See you later.
Yeah, enjoy yourselves.
Bye.
Boy,
Alright everyone, so we are into quali then. Let's see if we can find a driver. First of all, thank you Josh. Yeah, absolutely. Best luck to everyone. Hello Matsidi. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Maltiti, I think it is. Good evening. Josh S is on no practice because he was stuck at work. So, I don't know. Who's the first driver? No, Plimble's on outlap. He's just come out. It looks like Ryanair, who has been extremely impressive in pre-season. Really seems to have gelled to this game. So, expecting big things in this season. He also won the first Sunday race of the season. I don't want to talk too much about that because I was 10 seconds in the lead before safety car came out. Basically it ended up with him winning. So, and that was his first win and first pole position in WAOF1. So congratulations to Ryan on that for Sunday. Let's see if he can mimic that tonight. He's looked quick in the practice. Hey Dogus from work. Oh, hello Brian. Good evening. Good evening all of you. As I said, I will be getting a prediction up shortly. It's going to be a prediction for pole position, so we don't really need to worry about it too much at the moment in Q1. So what I'll do when Q1 finishes and we're going into Q2, I'll sort it out then. I'm looking pretty good at the moment. As well mentioned, by the way, Carsey will be joining me. He's expected to get on somewhere around 8:45, so he should. He'll definitely be here for the race. He might just about catch Q3 or the end of Q3, something like that. So 28.9 from Ryan, not a bad starter. Banker lap. It's this boss membrane on the lap. Didn't have such a good start to the season on Sunday. Let's hope Bahrain suits him more. It was a difficult start on Sunday, guys. We started at Madrid the day before they updated the game, so we had the speedy chicane, which we call it, and that's better from Bosch, jumping straight into P3 on the 29.7. Ravosa, brand new driver to the league, so good luck to him tonight, and is racing in the Division 1 on the Thursdays as a full-time driver, reserving tonight the 29.6 from him. Oh, that's the starter lap. So actually, let's stick with Admiral and see full lap. Josh's money is on Brian for pole. Brian thinks it's a joke, but Josh says no, and I think Brian's in with a shake. Brian's single lap pace in pre-season has been very, very good. So I think you're absolutely right. I think he's in with a shout of pole. If not pole, then a very high position. It's been the races that have been more of an issue for Brian, so let's hope that's something he's able to turn around tonight. doesn't matter about pre-season, it's about when you get into the season. Which we're doing tonight. So on board with Admiral, as I said, which is full lap. Obviously get the hilly hop lap in at some point here, and perhaps let the drivers get a little bit more acclimatised before we do that. Tuesday champion is the Gooner, so it will be the Gooner that I do that with. Final corner, his battery up for that run to the line, which is so important at any track, but it's important around here because it is a little way down the straight, so you do not want to be heading to this line in none. And Admiral goes fastest, 28.8, nice start to the session for Admiral. So we can around the final corner and actually see if they're on a lap. That's Karma. Hasn't got a proper lap in, it doesn't look like here. 38.0. As we spoke to, the owners, Mr. Oser's out there on the lap. Well, he's on an out lap, so let's see the end of Oser's lap, and then we'll switch to well. Again, lap with both our owners. Fantastic job to keep this league going 9 seasons, going into a 9th season. Absolutely zero doubt in my mind that this league will be going to a 10th season as well, into double figures. So Ozer's heading for the line, 131.2, singing P12 for the moment. As promised, let's switch to well. Well has actually invalidated in the early part of the lap, so switch to, well, I was going to switch to H, but he's also invalidated. So trying to find out who else is on the lap. Has just done a couple of laps actually on hards, interestingly enough. He's just completed the lap 29.9, he just put P10. We'll see him out on the softs later in the session. Pinball 29.6 on the mediums. You can see some drivers getting multiple laps in here. I don't know whether they just haven't been able to get on to do some track acclimatisation preparation, or whether they are actually going for a second run. You can do that generally in this game. Not suggesting all tracks will be good for it, but Bahrain's okay. You can generally get the second run in on the same tyres. Just sort of a reminder out to drivers, there was a big request to please not underfuel your car. If you're going to do 2 runs, make sure you are fueled. Because yellow flags on this year's game do stop people using the full boost. On them, so that was in the announcements for the drivers in a way. So, just try wide there on turn 1, that's not going to help. So, not by practice, well, with a mistake like that. Even with a mistake like that, well, has the pace, I think, here to get through in a way. Just went a bit wide into the right left. Hey Vatty, Josh in the WAOF1 series. I'll be honest, mate, I'm not 100% up to date on where we've got room. But yes, we've always got room, and there's always chance to reserve in races until you can get a full-time seat. So. If you want an invite, I can sort that out for you. Just confirm for me, because I get a little bit confused who's who. Are you the Josh that's in ARC? We race Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. Thursday has 2 divisions. Top division, which is very rapid. Yeah, you are the Josh tonight. I thought so, but I thought I'd best check. So I actually know about 4 or 5 Joshes around the racing scene, so it's a very fast name, I think. So there we go. Well goes into P4 29.3. So I don't know. It's going to be very difficult for me to sort of predict what the cut-off times are going to be, guys. I genuinely have no idea. I suspect that will be good enough to get through. Brian now. In the Audi, nice to see Audi and Cadillac on the grid this season. Brian happy he's done enough. Same with Admiral. Both into the only two drivers at the moment into the 28s in Q1. In terms of pole position, I'm expecting us to just nip into the 27s for pole. Brian lifting into the corners is just something you've got to do this year, even in qualifying. 28.5 from Brian goes fastest at this stage. Another new driver to the league, Riesel. I think Riesel sounds right to me. Riesel listens to this back and I'm saying his name wrong. He's more than welcome to, as all the drivers, if I'm saying any of your names wrong, by all means send me a DM, just let me know and I'll correct it. I know the name Riesel is either from mythology or as a big boss in like a RPG or something. It's, like making that up, I don't know. Yeah, that's absolutely fine, Josh. We'll get that sorted. Even after the race, if I remember. If not, we'll get it sorted tomorrow. I mean, Thursdays there'll always be space, I think, at the moment. But we've got a couple of reserves on track tonight. Riesel just going through the final corner, heading for the line, improving by 9 tenths, goes 32.4 for P17. Project H just down to the final corner. Evening Velo, Joel Velo, hello my man. Joel, I'd just love to double check with you as Project H goes P7 29.3 that you have seen the announcement in the Thursday chat. Apologies to do that, but there wasn't a lot we could do. Gamers louder in the comms. Okay, Martini, thank you very much for letting me know. Bear with me and I will sort that out. So that is because I have my master volume on the max. Hopefully that's a lot better for you. Get somebody who's on board and you'll be able to tell me, is that good or have I gone too far? So let's go to boss. Just started a lap. We're heading up to the end of sector 1. Down through sector 1 for boss at the moment. He's safe in P13, but it's sort of a danger zone at the moment. So one thing I haven't explained this year, so for those that either don't watch the real life F1 or just maybe don't watch it so often or just haven't had a chance yet, full qualifying slightly different. Is P17 down to 22 that get eliminated. 16 go through, whereas in the past it's been 15. So at the moment, Gaza and up would go through. Boss then is gain time through sector 2, slightly up, 23 thousandths. Oh, there you are, Josh. Well, responding to you, season arc as well. As well as confident he's through. I agree as well. As Boss jumps up to P7, clearly had made some sort of mistake in that final sector. I believe actually, because I do remember when we were on board with him, he had run out of battery on the end of his lap, so he's made sure to keep some this time, and that has made a massive difference. Much better from Boss. Good to see him up there a little bit. Gaza back in WAOF1, obviously co-owner of ARC now, and was in WAOF1 back when we started actually, and then he's racing down We had some clashes as well at points with Ark and Life racing on the same days. Lovely to see him back. Great driver. 28.8 goes P2. Nice from Gaza. Let's go to one of our new drivers then, Ravosa. Half a second up through sector 2. Expecting decent things from Ravosa tonight, just simply because he is racing in Tier 1 on a Thursday. Much better, Maltuti. Thank you. Sorry, I've only just seen that, but much better. Good. It's actually quite quiet in my ear, the game sounds, so it's a bit strange for me. But main thing is alright for you guys. So, sorry, missed that. Rabosa 29.0 did go up to P6, but Plimball's just jumped up to P2 on a 28.6 with Gregory now for the first time this evening, heading up to turn 4. Nicely on the power. Can be a bit difficult through there. It's a bit slippery on the traction. Just over a 10th up. Already. Actually jumping up to P9. Just around that difficult long left-hander. So difficult. One of the most difficult corners of the season if you don't run ABS. No assist on brakes at all. It's one of the most difficult corners to brake for, which you're always turning. Just over a 10th up still through sector 2, so did actually gain about 6 thousandths. I think he's gained through sector 2 there. Looks like he's going to slot in unless he gains a lot more. He has got a lot of battery to head to the line. It's a bit too much battery, so could use a little bit more earlier in the lap. But that does indeed put him in between Ravosa and Well. He's got a Yestin. So he heads down to the final corner. Yestin currently sat in P15 on 29.8, but goes 29.1 and goes into P9 as well. Starting to slip down the order a little bit, having retired from the session. H. Chris retires. Currently sat in P6. That's much better from Chris. Didn't manage to get onto the game until late. Due to, I can't remember if he was away from work or holiday, I can't remember, but it was a bit late to the game, but has I think done a little bit of work with car seat, which has clearly helped. He did say he's put about 3 times more practice into this race than he normally does for any race. There we go, Josh. Josh is in the server. Excellent. We'll get that sorted for you, Josh, for future races. We'll need your time trials, though, bud. He's just had a battery there going around the long right-hander. That's not good. You need battery for this part of the track. It's going to be my first time of saying this for the whole season, but while he's out of battery through down that straight and then out of this corner when he runs out, he's going to be absolutely hemorrhaging time. Doesn't improve, but I think he is safe. Can Ozers do anything? No, he can't. He's 15 seconds down on his PB, so nothing there from Ozers, and I think Yestin's just heading into the pits. He is, so that is the end of Q1, and it's going to be Ozers and Riesel that we lose at the end of Q1. Karma right the way through to Brian in P1, all through to Q2, ready to do it again, and that's my point where I said I'm going to get a prediction sorted. So, which tab is it? I got to press to do a prediction then. There we go. Start prediction. So, it's going to be a simple who will qualify higher. Now, it was supposed to be out of Gunnar and James, but James unable to make tonight's race, which is a bit of a disappointment. You can't help it, obviously, but there we go. So it's going to be between two drivers that I think could end up having a very good battle this season. So I'm going to go for Admiral. Or Chris. Who will qualify higher between Admiral and Chris? And I will give you 20 minutes to put your predictions in. The prediction is started. So enjoy that, guys. Win channel points if you make a correct prediction. I don't know what you can do with your channel points, but I think you can get things like little emojis and stuff like that. But it's more a bit of fun. That's all it is. Get a bit of coffee down me. So, as promised, in this session we will be doing a hilly hot lap. Once Gunnar gets out on track. No pressure, Gunnar. Let's make the first hilly hot lap of the season a good one. I can see a Ferrari coming out. Just a quick note for you guys watching, regards to the little dots on the track map that represent the drivers. It is possible I'll make a few mistakes, especially early in the season. Unfortunately, the Haas and the Cadillac are both white, and I can't really see any difference between the two. Although a bit easier to... Oh no, I was about to say there's no Cadillacs, but I'm literally on a Cadillac at the moment, which is trying. Is there no Haas though? I'm looking up, I can't see a Haas. So no, there's no Haas on track tonight, so that'll make it a bit easier for me tonight. Also, the Ferraris and the Audis are both red. They are a different shade, in all fairness. The one red is darker than the other. Gunnar is champion, by the way, was allowed to pick which car he wanted to drive in for the season, so he chose the Ferrari. So our current champion driving for Ferrari. What could possibly go wrong? So many of our champions want to drive in Ferrari, and yet they are renowned, of course, for the poor strategy. Is that just a real life thing, or does it carry over to the game? It's not deliberately carried over to the game, but I do forever see Ferraris making silly strategical choices in the game. So I think it's like a curse. So here we go then. A bit of boost down to turn 1. I generally find you can use down to 70% as we brake just before the 100-meter board. I'm going to keeping him third for turn 1. Use second myself. Then use your boost up to the DRS line. Turn it back off down to medium. For this corner, I've personally preferred to use third gear, but again, I'm going to use him fourth. A little splash of DRS of boost as he comes out of there. Just a lift going into the right-hander, and then flat through the left down to this heavy braking right-hander. Open up that steering, get on the power as quick as you can. Again, just a short boost to take you up to this really difficult long left-hander. Good opportunity to lift and coast though and get some energy back. Open up the steering, get on that boost. Use it down to about 50%. Keep the car over to the right-hand side. That's in. Fourth gear seems to be better for this corner so far this year. Good, just a little splash of boost there, but you don't have to through there. And then again, a chance to lift as you go down to fourth for the right-hander. Just turning in a little bit early. And then boost to about 20% down on this straight before lifting into the final corner. Fourth tends to be the better option. And then just boost down to 0 to take it to the line. Ryan goes fastest, 28.6. Gunnar 29.2. H actually splits them and goes 28.9. Whale 28.9 goes just ahead of H by 15 thousandths. Josh 29.7. Here's Chris just to confirm for that prediction, it is yeah, just to confirm for the prediction, it's not for Q2, it is for qualifying overall. Okay, so it is for the whole of qualifying, not just for this session. Robin on his way down to the final corner, another driver that has shown huge improvements already on 26. With the change in the battery this year, it was always going to help some drivers, hinder others. It's a lot to learn, in all fairness. So Robin there went into P8 on 29.4, just over a tenth and a half behind his teammate. I think that's a good team Ferrari this season, Gunnar and Robin. There's a lot of good teams in all fairness. The Alpines, Gregory and Gaza are going to be very strong. I think on paper that is probably the strongest team, the Alpine teams. It's good to know, actually, how many of the teams we say at the start of the season are going to be very difficult to beat, how many have actually gone on to win championships. It's, I don't know the answer to that, but do we often get it right? That's a good question. So, membrane down to the final corner then. As the Mercedes in front just peels off into the pits, and it's a 29.1 from Boss, so a decent starter. Bear in mind, as I was always forever saying last season as Admiral, it's a little out of shape going into the final corner. It's down to the line, and it's 28.5 goes fastest. Karma and Plimbull yet to complete their laps. Plimbull's out the final corner, heading to the line. And goes P3, 28.8. Robin out the final. Oh, he's not on a. Probably he's going on to a lap actually. So let's take the opportunity to see a full lap with Karma. So, information for me. This at the start of the season, I genuinely don't know what everybody's pace is like. It's impossible to know. Assume that the guys that are at the front they're going to be the guys that are always fast on the F1 games, but at the same time there's the opportunity there for, when there's such a big change in the game with the battery, there's the opportunity there for some drivers who have just been able to get that more practice in, more races in, to jump up the order a bit. As I have notification from Carsey that he is online and ready. Not that he's showing online. I'll get to him in a moment. Here he comes. Invite. Oh, there would be a spin just when I'm in my blooming menus inviting Carsey. Karma spins in the left-hander. There's a Ferrari going past. Let's just see who that is. Schooner on his outlap, so let's go with him then. Hey, Carsey.
Evening, hello.
Good evening. Don't forget to include your audio, sir.
Yep, I've done.
And also, if we can get confirmation from someone in the chat that you can hear Carsey when he talks, that would be awesome.
Yes, hello.
Okay, welcome. Catch you up quickly. Q1, tight affair at the top, as Q2's proven to be. We lost Ozers and Reisel at the end of Q1. In 17th and 18th, so everybody else through. We do have 18 drivers tonight, so it's been a tussle at the top. Admiral has been quick in both sessions. Ryan as well. Plimbull, well, much quicker this session than last, but got through safely, of course. H is much further up than he was into Q1 already.
Oh, congratulations, cool.
I think this session is going to be tight. It's going to be really tight around that 10th place spot. So
yeah,
fun. I've done the hilly hot lap. There is a prediction in the chat as to who's going to qualify higher come the end of qualifying, out of Chris and Admiral.
Well, it's looking like Admiral right about now.
It is, but Chris actually went much faster in Q1 and he's gone so far in Q2.
I
So
should put 10 on Admiral. I don't know
I think
how
it's
this
the old
works, but there you go.
use the same tyres. I think it's
Okay.
use the same set. So
Ryan
doing
Earth's
it
4
then.
tenths up.
yeah, so improving. Gunnar then across the line goes fastest, 28.3.
Very
Goes to
good.
Chris then, 10th and a half up, going into a slow left-hander. Difficult. He's just gone a little bit wide and caught the curb, and it's just I think unsettled him enough that I think he's just backed out the lap. Karma's just improved to a 30.1. Whale goes fastest, 28.2. Gregory, half a tenth down is set to 1. Pretty nice through the long left-hander though. Put on power nicely, which is a lot of the battle through that corner. Interesting, cars to seeing the different usages of battery throughout the lap as well.
Yeah, I was on earlier doing a little bit of Australia for the Thursday race,
Yeah,
and I genuinely, because nothing felt right, you know what I mean? I tried and I found like online, you know, on TikTok, like different laps. All of the laps were within like a 2/10 of each other, and the ERS strategy were like so ludicrously different. I mean, not even close. And yet they were all, you know. So I don't know what, you know, is the one that's 2/10 better just a guy that's a better driver, and maybe the strategy isn't as good? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I really have no idea what was good and what wasn't, because none of them were even similar to each other. So I have no idea.
yeah. So no, interesting. I must admit, when I did my best lap around here, I used I always forget his name, the ex esports driver.
Brendan Lee?
Yeah, Brendan Lee. I had used his guide for Bahrain.
Yep, his was one of the ones I tried, but he got a 16.8, and there were random guys getting 16.4s. So
Right.
I was trying to use theirs, but I couldn't get better than a 16.8 myself using theirs and using his. But I was using his; it was also on like a 16.8, 16.9. So I have no idea. And they're,
Yeah.
you know, some people are using all medium, some people are actually using all none and boost. Some people are using a mix of both. It's just, there seems to be no rhyme or reason. Like, no one knows, basically, is the answer. No one knows what's good yet.
So Chris heading to the line, improving to a 28.9, goes P7 momentarily because Boss immediately jumps ahead of him for 12 thousandths. Let's go to Brian. He also looked quick in Q1.
Admiral's out in another lap. I'm not particularly sure why, because I think he's safe. No, I suppose it is very close to 10th place. It's only half a second, so...
Yeah, Brian, a 10th up through set to 1, but he did have a little slide in turn 4.
Admiral had a massive one in turn 1, and he still was up by a 10th, so clearly struggling into braking into turn 1, maybe using brake bias a little bit too low. Because you're probably going to need like 60 on this track for that turn 1.
So yeah, Brian down to 50% battery after he comes out of that long left-hander. So I think maybe he's looked at the same guide as me. I was, and then he said.
A nice little lift there, into the penultimate corner. It's so interesting. It just fascinates me, this battery, because there's just so many different things.
So that was, for me, a little bit too much battery down that straight. It's,
yeah, like he's zeroed out.
Way to the line.
But it's a good lap.
But it's a good lap. 6/10 improvement. That should see him through as Gaza immediately goes faster. So fourth and fifth for Gaza and Brian. But I think that'll see him through. It's hard to tell. It's hard to know at this point. Plimball's just coming up to the end of sector 2.
Chris is out.
It's only
Chris is out.
22,000.
So Admiral.
Oh, well, that sorts out the prediction then. Thanks, Chris. We'll keep that going to the end of Q3 then.
What a damp squib that was.
Yeah. The return of the predictions, and it's everybody in the Q2.
God damn it, Chris.
Unless Admiral DSQs. Let's see. He might DSQ.
Yeah. That's what I put my money on. An Admiral disqualification.
Right.
I'm gonna go on board with Boss here. Boss member.
Okay,
He's
I'll
been
go on
a...
board with Josh to see a full lap with him, because I've not seen him yet tonight.
Boss has been a pretty rapid driver in his day, like.
Yep.
Yep, he's been very good.
He struggled on. He really struggled on Sunday at Madrid.
Yeah, it's just not quite got the new game sorted yet. It might be nice to see him.
Is it the game in whole, or was it just Madrid? That's the thing. It's,
maybe, yeah.
Brand new track. If you hadn't had a chance to go on and practice it, it's a nightmare track if you hadn't had to practice on it. So.
Looks to me like he's just sat in hot lap mode for the whole race. For the whole lap, sorry. Which could be a little bit of a... He's driving it like he's driving F1-22 or whatever.
Josh then just took the long left-hander there very nicely. Got on the parallel out of it. Again, I think it's just a bit too much battery usage going on. Yeah, like zeroed out before the penultimate corner.
You don't want that.
Could have done without Aston staying there just to get a tow, just to help with the no battery situation, but it gets out of the way. So Josh heading to the line then, PB 29.7, he goes 28.9, big improvement from Josh, goes P12.
Yep, right behind.
Won't see him through, but a very nice improvement.
Very close grid, by the way. 7 attempts off first, and he's gotten in 12th.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Admiral,
Project's
by the way,
in 13th, also at 28.9, so it's literally 7 tenths down
Admiral
13th
on a
at the
very
moment.
smooth looking lap right now. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Yeah, 2-3 tenths up nearly.
Yeah. Karma out the final corner. Can he get through the Q3 on the first race of the season? 29 flat from Karma for P14.
Oh my goodness me. He is 8 milliseconds behind 12th. There's Admiral.
Admiral goes
took him 3
fastest.
attempts,
That really puts it at the prediction then.
yeah.
One out and one fastest. Boss has actually finished, just heading back to the pits. And that Aston behind is actually an AI, just already finished.
Nice to have 16 cars in Q2, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mentioned that in Q1 that it is 17th from down that get knocked out now. It was 22. So, just waiting for Boss to be wheeled into the pits, and then we are going to find out our first pole position of the season. I suppose you've got to say Admiral currently is favourite, just based on the fact he's been fastest.
Well, it took Admiral 3 cracks there, and Wheel did 1 lap, and it was his 28.2, so...
From what I was hearing, from what I've been told, Gunnar was doing 28.0 in practice. Ryan was very similar, but seemed to be sandbagging in the final sector, as he was suddenly going purple and then yellow in the final sector. So
maybe he just used too much battery early.
Maybe, or maybe he wasn't showing his real pace. Obviously, got pole on Sunday, so I'm predicting, Darcy, that we'll probably just nudge into the high 27s for pole.
That would be class, yeah.
That's my prediction. I think your pre-season pole here was a 27.4. I think your pole is. My PB's a 27.6. So.
Yep. So I mean, these lap times for Q2 are already fantastic, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's plenty of drivers here that are fully capable of going into 27s, in my opinion.
And can I just say sorry? Very impressive from Admiral, because he's very clearly using no ABS, and this track on no ABS is so annoying. It's a difficult I'd say 90% of the tracks in the game no ABS are totally fine, but this is not one of them. So fair play.
Turn 1, turn 4. Obviously the
long left, like turn 12,
the slow right-hander, and then the long slow left-hander.
Awful track for no ABS.
The fast left-hander, and then the right-hander. They can all be even a final corner, they can all be a bit tricky. And just to make it even worse, half of those corners are a nightmare on exit as well, and getting the power down. So it's especially if you want to go with an aggressive setup to maximise your pace, they become very, very tricky on traction out of the corners. So I must admit, I am expecting 1 or 2 spins in the race out of that final corner. Possibly out of the slow left as well.
You know me. One of my best qualities is, and if I'm driving by myself, I'm almost never make a mistake. I have been spinning in this game. It's really difficult. I've been doing a lot of spins that I have. Sometimes I'll maybe have a snap and I can catch it. I have not been able to catch lots of spins. More spins probably in this game within a month than the entirety I've had of F1-25. Full stop.
Wow.
It's just when you're on boost mode, there's just so much more power than what you're used to. What basically there's so much more power than what you have if you're in any other mode, and sometimes it just completely shocks me.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I must admit, I've not had too much problem catching the spins, but I've had a lot of snaps.
I've been
the power in that. So
I've been going fully round quite a lot. Hopefully that's just me trying to find the limit, but I don't think it is. I think I'm just struggling.
One thing I've noticed, we are so used on a Tuesday to saying, "Oh, look at it, it's Gunnar out first on track," but because he won the championship in a selected Ferrari, I don't think we're really seeing that much this season. So
very true.
Ryan is across the line. Not sure why he's used down to 60% battery before he's even crossed the line, but seems a bit strange.
He'll get plenty bias.
He will, yeah. It's just different to what I do. I wait till I hit the line before using it, but yeah.
I'd say somewhere in the middle between that is right.
It probably is, yeah, because you want the speed when you go over the line, not
Ooh, bit of a snap. Yeah. This will be a very important first lap for Ryan because he's been quick, and if he can set down a lap straight away that most of the other drivers can look at and think, "Oh dear," then that's just going to be a real good advantage for his other run later in the session.
Absolutely. It's a real shame we ain't got James racing tonight as well.
Where's James at?
I don't know. I did ask why he wasn't able to attend, but he didn't reply. So
I think James is really good at this game.
He has put something in the Tuesday chat, so I don't think he's in. There's no problems or anything. So right, and then just heading up to the end of sector 2.
I have a lot less battery than everyone else at this point. He really does.
I think, Gunnar's invalidated his lap, so really out of battery. Well, perhaps you were right then about him going purple, yellow. He's
that adds up to me. I don't think he was sandbagging. I think he's just left himself a too little. 28-3.
Still goes 28-3.
Yeah, decent start.
There's a lot of time in that lap.
0.4 for Brian.
Yeah. Start from Brian 2. Gunnar, as I say, is invalidated. I can't find that other driver. Where is he? Boss. He's slow through sector 2, so I don't think he's a proper lap.
Yeah. Admiral, he's slow too. He's doing a double out lap. Raj, 28-8.
Yeah, not a bad lap.
Gregory's starting a lap, doing double out lap.
Probably a double out lap. Plimble, Webke 3, 28-4.
That's it, definitely isn't a lap here. 28-5.
Yeah, look at that. Half a tenth covering 2, 3, and 4.
Is Admiral first to the double out lappers? Oh, Boss. Yeah, Boss member. No, he's invalidated, so Admiral it is.
We got well out the final corner though. Heading to the line. 28-7 from Well goes P5. Well, again, could be used tyres. I wouldn't be surprised if they're keeping a set of softs for races at the start of the season, especially when you wouldn't expect a safety car around here, but you do have them occasionally. It's actually, I was just on with Gunnar, and it's this corner, this right, the lingering right-hander where people catch that inside curve and end up in the inside wall sometimes and cause a safety car. I think turn 4 is a possibility as well.
I think Admiral's on brake bias for the old game, 55, 56, because he's locking the rear every corner.
Yeah. 28-4 from Gunnar, goes P3.
Here comes Admiral. I mean, it's going to be a good lap,
Admiral.
Admiral here. And he's snapping everywhere and braking, so he's capable of a lot here.
Goes fastest. I'm with Gregory, but there is some... No, the others have gone in the pits ahead of us, so Gregory, 28.8, goes P8. Not others yet, I think. Or have they all done their laps now and heading back to the pits? I think they are. So... Well, Gunnar and Brian identical times, but Brian didn't do a double out lap, so he gets the third place spot as it stands at the moment. I'm sure that will change on the final runs. Chris devastating, demoted to VCAR's second driver.
I can't tell if Gunar's on another lap or not. He's using his battery like he is, and he's doing a bit of lifting, so I think he is.
Yeah, so is he on a lap or is he just practicing using that? He's practicing.
Could well be that, yeah, he is. He's 2.5 seconds down. Oh, Gaz is on a proper lap though.
Yeah. 79 thousandths down in sector 1.
A little bit wide there.
So much of sector 1 depends on your exit out of turns 1, 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Sector 2 a much more technical sort of part of the track. You can really gain time if you nail it. That's decent as he gets up to sector 2. Yeah, he's gained some time. Still slightly down, but he's got a good amount of battery. Turn off.
I think that will be... Well, if he did a bit of lifting, that would have been okay, but he might run out coming across the line now.
It's not bad, 30% to go
That's
to the
fine.
line, isn't
That's totally
bad at all.
fine, yeah.
That should carry into the line.
They're 0.2
So, yeah,
from
goes
Gaza.
fastest.
Good lap.
Nice, and that must have been used tyres because he'd already set a lap, so...
Yep. Says that was his third. I suppose he did 2 out laps, and then... Yeah, 2 out laps, a lap, and then that one. Cool. Great stuff from Gaza. Ryan back out, I guess he's going for a double out lap this time. Came with Boss Ryan Green.
So we got Ryan and Boss on out laps. Boss just slightly ahead on track, so we'll go with him. So we'll keep an eye on Ryan as well.
A little bit off topic, but every single Tuesday while we're commentating, I have some watermelon while I'm commentating. This is the worst watermelon I've ever eaten. The first time it's been a bad experience for commentary here. Yeah,
I'll be honest, mate, I hate the stuff. I
love watermelon. Well, I'm tasting it from your point of view here. It's gross.
Yeah, I must keep getting those watermelons. That's what I don't like.
Yeah, I keep getting this here. It's awful.
Boss was really nice through 1, 2 and 3 there.
Yes, he's not doing a double out lap. He's going for this, and it's looking lovely,
Just
isn't
the
it?
inside curve, and that was okay.
He's just sitting in hot lap mode, and that's not ideal for this.
No, but perhaps, I guess in a way, if he doesn't know the ERS map, and he's just finds himself running out all the time, perhaps he's just decided to do it this way until he's got the time to learn it. I don't know, but
I guess. But you look at his driving, like
he's a tiny bit of boost.
This looks like a pole lap, like with how he's driving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he'd probably be a good 2 tenths off. Yeah, he's brilliant driver, Boss.
He is, yeah. Always has been. So yeah, look, it's. I mean, he's massively up on his time, but he's in the 7s through sector 2, whereas the fastest guys are in the mid 6s.
Mm-hmm.
But the laps looks absolutely fantastic. So it just goes to show the lack of power in hot lap mode.
Yep.
Touch on the graph.
Yeah, there you go. 29.0.
29.0 keeps him P10, but one of the best laps we've seen throughout qualifying. Ryan's completely backed out of his, or he was doing a double out.
That was his second out lap. Yep, he's going to start now.
Admiral's across the line and is boosting, so it looks like he's on a lap.
You want to go Admiral and I'll go Ryan?
Yep. So Admiral through turn 1. Again, look very nice through 1, 2, 3. Nice battery usage as well, up to 4. Very smooth exit, which is after your battle out of 4 and is 2 temps up for a set to 1. Just catching. Oh, he's gone wide in the big right-hander. I can't see the session time because we got a yellow flag caused by that. That's Gunnar. Ferrari. So just over. Yeah, I was going to say, I think maybe you should back out after going that wide in the right-hander, and he has. So let's switch down.
It's rough for Ryan. Ryan let Craigery pass, and he was going to come into the pits, and Craigery just went on a lap, so Ryan stuck behind him.
Okay. Again, they've got time. Just get the battery back, unless they haven't got the
Yeah,
fuel.
you'd think. I know, because he's done the double out lap already. But look at Ryan; he's just stuck behind Craigery, and Craigery's gone wide.
Craigery runs wide.
So all that for Craigery to not even do a lap. I'm sure Ryan's wishing he did it way earlier. But Ryan's drifting a great lap, so it could be enough. Here we go. It'll definitely be provisional pole, I feel. Yep, 0.0.
Yeah, 28-0 goes provisional pole. Everyone getting another bite of the cherry. Wasn't as smooth through the 1-2-3 this time. It's hard to get it right lap after lap, that series of corners.
God, yeah.
One of the most difficult series of corners, I think, through the season. And yeah, it's 2 temps up last lap. He's just over 300 down this lap.
Yeah. Gunnar, meanwhile, is half a tenth up on his previous.
Yeah, half a tenth up.
Wheel 106.6 in the middle. That's probably not enough.
I didn't realise we had people further around than Admiral. But yeah, 2 temps up for Will. I do recall him having a decent amount of battery on his last lap, so unless he made a particular mistake in any of the corners, it's a good improvement. 28-2. Yeah.
Admiral's going to need a good last sector here.
Car just come out the final corner and just keeping an eye on the times. It's Boss who jumps 1 place to P9 on a 28-8.
Admiral
to the line then
24.
doesn't improve.
Not going to be happy with that.
Oh, he won't be happy at all.
Gaza. No, Gaza backs out of it.
Gunnar
That's
goes
everyone,
28-1 for P2.
Yes.
Gaza backs out. Brian is not on a lap. Thimble is not on the lap. They're both invalidated. So I think that's it. And Ryan, despite clearly being held up on his lap in some way or other, takes pole position. He's got the first pole position on a Sunday. He's got the first pole position on Tuesday. The man's flying.
Yep. He's very good at
first
this
pole
game.
on Sunday in WAOF1. And he's got his second pole on Tuesday. What a week.
Great work from Ryan. Yeah, what a week.
Brian's so annoyed, man. Can go so much faster. Yeah. We know you can, mate. It's difficult. I think a lot of the drivers didn't get their best times in there. So we didn't quite get the 27 kind of expected, really. But I think Ryan probably would have, in all fairness.
Yes, absolutely. I'd say so.
Craigery in front of him. Not Craigery's fault, by the way, because he was on a lap. So not his fault at all when Ryan let him through. So what was supposed to say, just stop and say, no, you go. Be there forever. In an instance, there were some yellow flags out there. Unbelievably, there, Carsey, we didn't have any issue with yellow flags through Q1 and Q2, and then all of a sudden got some in Q3 when there's only 10 drivers in there, which is a bit strange.
Apparently, Wales or might have been Wales. Someone said they fixed it. Is that right? They fixed the yellow flags, meaning that you have no overtake anymore.
No, not that I know of.
I thought someone said that they'd fixed it, unless I've made it up.
You don't get the full boost, is what I understand. You can still use boost, but it doesn't give you the full power because.
Apparently.
But I don't think the loss is from what I've been. Because I thought you actually lost boost, which is why when I said about it in admin chat, that's why I thought it was a big deal sort of thing. But yeah. So.
We'll put in admin chat that yellow flag's not disabling boost anymore.
But no, they weren't in a way, were they?
I don't know.
I don't know. He's just confused. Well, it does get confused sometimes.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, that was quality, guys. In terms of the prediction, clear winner in Admiral, but I do think he'll be disappointed. It's a difficult one because a P5 last season Admiral have been over the moon with, but he seems to have some real pace. So just fancy that he would have been battling for pole there.
Yeah, that was a fun quali, wasn't it? That was brilliant.
Yeah.
How did
interesting.
the Sunday race go? Was it close the whole way through?
The Sunday race was. Thanks for asking me that, Carsey, because you're about to take me through that hell again. Basically, Ryan got pole. We both got off okay, but there was a little bit going on behind, which allowed us to get away. I got past Ryan on lap 2 or 3, I can't remember which one it was, and sort of drove off and actually got a 10-second lead before a safety car came out. At which point I stupidly went to hards instead of softs, and I dropped to 4th. Had a penalty as well. I got a penalty on the pit entry, which was so annoying. A 3-second quarter cut penalty when there's no curb to even cut, and he gave me a penalty. There you go. But that was generally the story. Was I'd gone out in front. A safety car came out, which allowed Ryan then to take the race win. Lycorius, being penalty free, took P2. Whale P3 because he got past me with a naughty overtake around the outside. Yep. So there we are. Effective. Yeah. Well, he's right. Effectively, at this moment in time, Ryan currently leads 2 championships due to that pole position. So,
and he'll be leading Thursday Div 2 as well, I fear.
Do you know what? That's a really good shout. He could actually get a hat-trick of pole positions in WAOF1 this week.
There could be a point in time on Thursday, or maybe even until Sunday coming up, where Ryan is leading 3 championships.
It could be
theoretically, because if everything goes completely normally, I think he's the fastest guy on Thursday Div 2. So
yeah. I don't think James is racing Thursdays, is he? So
no, and I think he'd be Div 1 anyway, wouldn't he?
Yeah, well, yeah, he would be with the pace he's shown so far. He's when you chuck him into this Tuesday mix as well,
I think
it's gonna be tight.
To be honest, if James was a new driver joining the league, we'd have him above the pace cap in this game, wouldn't we?
Yeah,
I think so. Obviously, because of where he's been in the previous games, always going to let him race here. But if he just joined, I think he'd probably be above the pace cap, and we wouldn't have allowed him to race Tuesday.
I think it would have been tight. Yeah, because the pace cap. It's not just our pace cap isn't a situation of if you're in Div 1 on Thursdays, you can't race in the other divisions.
No.
There are Division 1 Thursday drivers that are allowed to race on Tuesday and Sunday. Myself, for example. But but it will be reviewed continuously. So.
What is that noise, by the way, on your background? It's deafening.
I think that's my dad who's giving. There's also a kettle boiling, so it could be a kettle.
That's the kettle. That's exactly what it is. Why have you thrown your mic into the kettle? Like, I don't understand.
No, I'm stood right next to it because I'm making myself a coffee. So I'm just putting the coffee in my cup and then I'll walk away from it. I wasn't sure because my dad was also giving the cat her nightly yogurt that she has before, but Dad goes to bed. So
I see.
We call it yogurt. It's not yogurt.
Brian in the chat says, "Who's steaming something?" It was so loud, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably louder for
so
you guys
it was louder than your voice, like.
Oh wow.
It's crazy. Oh, here we go.
There we go. It's finished boiling. I'm pouring my coffee now. Good night, Dad. Oh, I can hear cars. Are they on the formation now?
Yep.
Oh. Right then. So. Sorry, Misty. You carry on, darling. Right. Okay. Well, let's get back to business then. So, Ryanair starts on pole with Gunnar alongside in 2, Gaza in 3, on his return to WAOF1 with Whale in 4. Brian starts in 5 with Admiral alongside in 6. Plimbull and Gregory make up the 4th row of the grid. Boss starts P9 with Ravosa in 10. Teammate Chris starts 11 with Josh in P12. Project H, the youngest man on the grid, starts in P13 with Carmen alongside in 14. Robin and Yestin make up the 8th row of the grid, while Ozers and Rysel will start in 17th and 18th. Tyres, it's the sea of, as Brian called it on Sunday actually, it's a sea of boosting. I don't know why he called it that. Yeah, so a sea of yellow is what he meant by that. So top 5 start on the mediums, Admiral then starting on the softs in P6, then another run of mediums all the way down to H in 13th. Karma, the only driver, starting on the hards, and Ozers in 17th starting on the softs. Ozers, according to our little talk before the race, expecting some wing changes, so perhaps he thought start softs first and then right away when I need to change a wing I can go to the better tyres. Interesting though, Admiral may be looking for a quick start there, Carsey, for the long straight.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember.
They are. I have tried them, by the way. They're not. Yeah. Yeah. It's a comfortable one stop, but the softs aren't bad.
Medium hard, isn't it?
Medium hard's the better, but the softs aren't bad. I did try them, and they're not that bad at all.
Okay, I remember soft hard was the strat in Bahrain in the last couple of games, which was a bit weird because it wasn't in most other games, but. I don't
it was
think
because the
that's,
mediums were horrendous at Bahrain for some reason. Here we go. The lights are coming on for our first race of the season. All the lights are on. Out they go, and away we go in Bahrain. Ryan looks like he gets a good start from P1.
Yeah.
Gunnar also gets a good start. He has a look in the inside of Ryan. Ryan will get the inside of turn 2, but Gunnar's got a really good exit. It could be side by side going up to 4.
Oh, pretty well behaved further back.
Yeah, all good through the field at the moment. A few position changes going on. Ozers actually had a really good start.
There's a stun into Robin.
Oh,
he spun into Robin, and that saved him again. So.
And in the end, then Gunnar comes out in P1. Ryan P2, Gaza free. Well, they've all stayed in position. Oh no, hang on, I've got on the wrong thing. Plimbull up 1 ahead of Admiral, ironically after Admiral started on the softs. H up 3 places, Ozers up 3 places despite that spin then, and Rysel's just got up 2. The Mercs both dropped to the back, both Rysel and Yestin.
Ozer spun and his car spun into Robin, which immediately put him facing the right way again. I got very lucky with that.
Yeah, we got Boss and H side by side. And it looks like H comes out on top there and takes P8, and there's immediately going after Gregory.
He's gained 5 positions in the race start. Wow.
Yeah,
he's out of
great
battery.
start.
Surely he'll get swamped here in the main straight. Oh, Bosses went for a silly dive on the Project H into the last corner there from a mile back into a corner. Look at Project H from the straight. Oh my goodness. They're flying past him. Even Ozers is
all his
looking
battery on that. That's why he made up the positions. He used all his battery on the opening lap, and Ozers doesn't quite get past. But he's still up 3 places, so ultimately it's helped him. But Ozers, big gainer, up 6 places on the first lap.
Yeah. After his little spin, he's been absolutely flying here. Softs were a good decision for him, maybe not so much for Admiral, who's down in 14th. What happened to Admiral?
I don't know. I didn't see that. I knew he'd lost 1 place. I didn't see him drop to 14th though. Completely missed that. There was a moment where I saw something go flying up in the air in the background on that one, but I think it was just one of the polystyrene things. I don't think it was anybody's car. Started, by the way, Josh up to P9.
Gaza on the verge of getting dropped by the top 2 here. Already. Gunnar and Ryan are putting down a pretty storming pace right now. And has a lot more battery than Gunnar here.
And here we go.
I just got past.
Move from Ryan's point of view. Similar.
He has given Gunnar the overtake. I don't know why I wouldn't just make that in the next straight.
Activates out the final corner, not over the line. There we go.
Gunner's run out of battery. They both run out of battery. Fighting each other. Gunner goes for the dive though.
Go for a little sort of switchback.
Here comes Wheel. Here comes Wheel through on Gaza. Gaza was sat watching the two in front. I think he was too busy focusing on what was going on up ahead. He forgot that Wheel was even in the equation. He's made a beautiful dive into turn one, caught him completely off guard. Beautiful work from Wheel there.
Nicely done from Whale then. The top 11 at the moment remain... Oh no, sorry, Gregory's 1.6 back from Plimble. So it's the top 6 then remaining in 1 second. But Gregory is catching actually. Well, he seems to catch and then lose a bit, so that's the other thing with a battery. You can think somebody's catching and all of a sudden the car ahead uses a bit of battery and the 2 temps suddenly appear or something.
Yeah, the pace of the top 2 right now is determined on them trying to get past each other rather than actually the optimal lap time between them, so I wouldn't be surprised if Gregory would be able to catch up without too much issue here.
Yeah, absolutely. Gunnar, obviously as champion, would love to go out and stamp his authority and win this race, but I don't think that's going to be... Well, it's definitely not going to be an easy thing as he takes out another polystyrene board. You'd be fuming, Carsey.
I would be fuming.
Bloody brake board's gone.
And Gunnar both out of battery. Wheel out of battery. Brian, 50%. Brian is chilling out.
Yeah, just taking his time. At some point, he'll get on the back of the front three, and that battery will become very useful if they keep running out.
Gunnar has the overtake while being ahead right now. He does, however, have no battery.
I think it's because he was behind going into the final corner on the last lap, so he now has it presumably all the way around to that corner again. I'm not 100% sure how it works, I'll be honest, but Admiral making a move on Rabosa to get back to P11. Remember one thing here, Admiral will pit early compared to the... Well, you assume he'll pit early compared to the medium runners. So he will have a chance to undercut his way back up a little bit.
I must say, Brian's in a great spot right now. He got so much battery. He doesn't look like he's over pushing anything, and he's sticking with these guys no problem. I'm really liking the spot Brian's in. Same with Whale. Whale's driving this beautifully, I feel.
Yeah. So these guys pretty much happy just to sit on the back of those ahead. Keep the battery nicely topped up for the opportunities when they come. And look after the tyres a bit as well.
I'm a little bit shocked Gunnar has kind of made no attempt to break away. You know, when you get ahead and you're the one with overtake, that's kind of your only chance to make any kind of breakaway in this game. Yeah. So I'm shocked he didn't really put in much of an attempt to do that.
But Ryan doesn't have the battery available to actually take advantage of that. So that just allows who just sits in medium for the second half of the straight, just to, because he's got medium, he just catches them again. So
I'm really liking how Whale's driving this right now. He's not getting ahead of himself, you know.
I did notice, because I watched the race back on Sunday afterwards, and Whale featured quite a lot in the race, and his battery management was brilliant. So obviously, I'm even like myself, I'm not sure what you really want to be doing yet, but I like what Whale's doing. I like how he's driving this. Yeah, I had a slow right-hander there. Whale just got a tiny little snap,
and then Brian
power down, and then Brian immediately did exactly the same thing.
He said, "I can do that better than you, man."
And the king snapper here. Just hanging on. Well, as I say, he's just hanging on. He's dropped 2 temps out of 3 temps out of the 1 second. Does have a good amount of battery though. But, of course, Plimble has actually gotten past Gaza. And that's 5. So
if I'm Ryan
Chris
here,
on Gaza.
Yeah, not quite. If I'm Ryan here, I now go for it this lap. Got more battery. I've got overtake. I don't have more battery anymore. What happened to this? Gunnar must have low wings.
Yeah, potentially.
Your only chance of having a comfortable race is having the overtake, getting ahead, and being able to make I either break the 1 second on that lap while you have the advantage while already being ahead, or what you could do is just get far enough to they're having to use too much battery, so they're lacking when you have more, you know? You're regenerating quicker, you've got the overtake. That's your best chance to get... It's not just like last year where if you just kept using your straight pace with the DRS, like if you just keep going and they're having to use more tyre, you'll be able to break away eventually. That's not really doable in this game, I don't think. At least track dependent. You need to try and make the gap while you have the overtake, I feel.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. So we see a beautiful chain of cars. Although Plimble's outside the 1 second, it's just staying around the same sort of area. He's not really changing much.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he's far from out of the race here.
So Chris seems to catch Gaz off guard there in the fast left and then right. Moving up to P6. Ryan gets past Gunnar, but again, Ryan's done it in the final corner.
I don't know why he's doing that.
Oh, he sent it to the pits.
Well, I guess that would be why there. That's an early pit stop. Is he two-stopping?
Oh, that is very early. So either this man is two-stopping, or he's really done some homework and works out that the hards can go a long, long way with pace. But for me, Carson, that's a two-stop.
Yeah, he's going on to hards, but that looks like a two-stop to me, as you said.
That is a long, long way to go on hards.
I wouldn't want to be doing that, personally, unless I'm two-stopping.
I am surprised. I mean, he's going to undercut here, but potentially up to a back of a large group of cars, depending on how long they'll stay out. So, Robin there getting past Admiral. He's another driver, Robin, who's showed a remarkable improvement on this year's game.
Yep, he's been great from what I've seen so far. The king of F2.
That was one thing I didn't mention to you about Sunday's race at Madrid. Was Bucko was absolutely brilliant until
Bucko, go on.
Until he pitted. Yeah, he led the race for a while after I pitted, and yeah. So me and Ryan pitted because he started on the hards. Me and Ryan pitted, and that he was in P3 anyway. He was genuinely running in P3 and took the lead of the race until I'd caught him back up and. Yeah, but then when he pitted onto the mediums, he just seemed to have all sorts of trouble on braking and kept locking up and going deep into corners. And
another pain.
Yeah, so.
Finish our battery. Is Will going to make a move here? I think he is. Will we see a historic Wheel race?
Don't curse it, Carsey. He will come for you. He will literally hunt you down.
The bridesmaid.
So Whale on lap 8 takes the lead of the race off of Gunnar. Gunnar won't be going anywhere, but
again, not wanting to jinx it, I feel like Ryan's kind of put himself out of this race. Unless a two-stop's really strong that I'm not aware of, I just don't see how pitting that early is a great idea here.
I honestly think he's one-stopping and just going really long on the hards. I think he's looking... The only thing I can think is he's looking for a massive undercut and then trying to protect that lead later on. Maybe he feels that if he can get a gap, then he's got the pace to just hold it, even with the more worn tyres. But I'm not 100% sure about the tyre wear. So
I guess Whale back.
So yeah, Whale just makes a little mistake, has a little snap.
Was it? You have to be so careful when you're on worn tyres with using that boost button.
Yeah.
So careful.
I'm finding myself in the races now just allowing the car to settle before I actually activate it.
I always preached that in the previous game, to just make sure that you're probably up to 4th gear before you start using the battery, even more so now.
Into the pits is Plimble.
Yep.
So I think the gap between him and Ryan before Ryan pitted was somewhere in the region of 3 seconds, I think, was roughly the gap between them. So Ryan is going to overtake him now. So it's going to be bigger than 3 seconds, so he is definitely undercutting.
Yeah, but he's going to need a lot more than that, I feel, with
Yeah.
how much he's
and
going to
again,
suffer later.
he is gonna catch these cars unless they suddenly all fly into the pits because maybe the wear on the mediums is just really bad. I don't know.
Limball has went on to another set of mediums, so he's 2-stopping.
He's 2-stopping, which tells us that Ryan must be, but I don't think he is though. We'll see.
I think he must be, surely.
H and Robin go battling. H gets out on top and is P7. It's Robin right over the back of him. But around about a 40% battery advantage at the moment, Robin, so I think we're going to see an opportunity.
Yep. H is flashing, H is on 0, yeah.
Yeah.
Robin might have to get him before he wants to here, really.
Always tempted just to turn my battery off here.
Yeah, me too. I just save it up.
Even go down to half throttle if I have to, just to hold that boost. So, Robin gets to move and he's sending straight to pits. Well, absolutely. Then you didn't want to hold behind then if you're getting in away.
Yep, absolutely. He made the right choice.
Well. So, interestingly, people pitting off the mediums, and yet Admiral's still out there on 9-lap softs.
Yeah, good point. Doesn't seem to have been the right decision for him though to start in those. So obviously he got into an incident, but
yeah, we didn't see what happened
to him.
Clearly something did, and he just, I think a lot of his strategy was to actually fly off the line, starting on the softs, and it just didn't happen. So
I would say so. I'm really interested in when these front runners are pitting and how they end up coming out in relation to Ryan, because I just don't understand what Ryan's doing. But look, Ryan's the only race winner in WAO and F1-26, so we gotta trust him.
Yeah. That's it. Ozers has pitted. So Ozers started on the softs, he's pitted to a new set of softs.
I think he might just be trying to get some kind of practice in now.
Yeah. Oh, bit of contact between Karma and Boss. Nothing really major, but it's just a little bit.
Wheel does not pit. Wheel keeps making like a little jig to the pit box, I think, just to prepare himself to follow Gunnar if Gunnar pits, but Gunnar isn't.
Ryan with double overtake on Boss and Karma. Down the straight into the final corner, but he's going to run out of battery.
He's lost the overtake doing that. Why? And look, Karma just gets him back.
Here comes Karma, and Boss is going to be alongside into turn 1, is he?
Yeah. You don't need to ask Boss twice. Go for that.
Yep.
Oh! God.
I hate being side by side through their car seat. It's so awkward that turn 2.
This is not good for Ryan. Ryan is losing his mind right now.
Yeah, Boss with a lock-up going into 4 there, but I should avoid any contact.
He needs to start thinking about ripping a overtake from his own hands.
Yeah. We saw him and Gunnar both doing it with each other for the race lead earlier on, but
Ryan's got Boss back here, but Boss tries to hang it down the inside at turn 10. It's good racing, wheel to wheel there. Ryan should have it in the exit with the better tyres, and he does. Boss isn't using his battery, he's happy to sit behind now.
Is Ryan going to end up doing the same thing again in getting past Karma? Is he going to force it down to the final corner?
Surely not. Surely he's learned. Wheel pits from second place. Gunnar does not pit from first. Brian does not pit from third. Look, Ryan's going for it.
He's making the overtake.
Why?
In all fairness, he's not actually. He only used a tiny bit of boost out the corner.
He might be. He might actually. He got it.
He has the boot.
Good job, Ryan. Good job. He has the overtake.
Good job.
He's out of battery, and here comes Boss.
Oh my word! This is
he's losing his mind.
Ryan.
If he's on a 2-stop, it's over.
Oh, there was a contact between Karma and Boss, and Ryan almost ran into them.
Look, Wheels out, a second and a half behind Ryan with 5-lap fresher hards.
Yep. I think Ryan was undercutting alright until he caught these two.
Yeah.
And Whale.
Now, will Whale make easy work of it? Or will Whale also...
Gunnar at the moment just needs to hang out, I think. He He
come out
might,
in
I
front
guess
of
he
all
won't
this.
know, but this is a nightmare for Ryan, and it's going to be a nightmare for Whale.
Yeah. If Whale can get past quick though, he's in
There
a
it
great
is.
spot. Oh my goodness.
Ryan and well, that's Plimbo, who's of course on the 2-stop is pitted to the mediums.
Yep. Ryan hangs it down the inside. Oh, good racing. Good racing from
Tight,
both
but I don't think there was any contact at all. So
Whale's gonna try get Boss here into this right. He does. He dives it.
and so
Boss goes to the door.
Gunnar
Good
and Chris
racing.
both into the pits. Oh, Ryan has to back off because he's just going to drive into the back of Karma if he doesn't. So now's your opportunity then, Ryan. Although saying that, both drivers ahead have got
Whale's
20%
completely
more
out of
battery than
battery.
him.
Whale is completely out of battery. Yo, Gunnar and Brian have nailed this. Because this is just so frustrating for Whale. And look, Gunnar's out ahead of Whale. Right there with Ryan. Yeah, he's nailed this.
Yep.
And Brian's hung out another. I'm
Yeah, he's
perfectly
stayed
happy
out.
with Brian
And,
doing that.
yeah, 100%. Oh my goodness, Ryan's going to get sandwiched.
Oh my god! Oh my goodness me, as Delano would say. There's Plimbo going through. And here's Gunnar with full battery, fresh
Going
tyres.
to get past Karma, but Karma,
Wheel, switchback and
despite being on
Boss.
12-lap old hards, is perfectly able to battle.
Boss lets him go.
And yeah,
Wheel
it
should
looks
be
now
safe
like
from
Wells
Boss
going to
now.
hold that position now.
Yeah, surely his teammate. Maybe Karma was intentionally making it really difficult for those guys up ahead, because looking to help his teammate out here.
Absolutely. Looking to help his teammate, and ultimately, you don't know what's going to happen, do you? It's a long way to go in this race, and he could find himself in a battle later on. So, especially as some of these look like they might be 2-stopping, he's absolutely racing with them. So, Brian in.
Brian has played a blinder by doing that
does
extra
he
lap.
come out?
Brian has played a blinder.
He's in the cab. Hang on. No, he's not. That's Ryan. Oh,
Gunnar out of battery.
That's Brian. He's in the Audi, so he's right. The end. So he is going to come out behind them.
He'll be ahead of Wheel, will he? No, he won't. Okay. Wheel needs to get back with these guys here this lap.
It's not so bad for Brian.
No, Brian
it's right behind.
should be ecstatic. Brian should be absolutely ecstatic with where he is right now. The top three all are on 0%.
You got a yellow flag. It's Williams. It's Karma.
Oh, Plimbo turns into Ryan. Pushes him out wide, puts him off line. Here comes Gunnar now. Wheel is loving this. Wheel is caught back right up. Brian's here also.
Karma with a long trip through the gravel there. That's not going to help those already worn hards. He picks up 3 seconds.
This is so crazy.
Got a few penalties. I'm just going to double check those penalties because I didn't actually see them come up on the screen. They are all 3 seconds. Yeah, absolutely, Josh. As Josh says, it's like Mario Kart, but it's amazing racing.
It's awesome to watch this. Ryan in first is on 0%, so we're going to see a lot more switching around. Plimbo's near on 100, so Gunnar will get himself down to near 0. Plimbo here behind. Here he comes to make the move on Gunnar before the last corner even begins. No, he backs out of it to get the battery. Very wise from Plimbo. Plimbo's going to have a lot coming out of the last corner here. Everyone's going to use it all here, but Plimbo will have an extra 20% on top of that.
Eaten up here, Carsey.
Gunnar
will go.
Plimbo doesn't seem too interested in it, actually.
No, they don't seem to have realised, I think.
Yeah, obviously they don't know what we know.
No, I guess not. I must admit, when I'm racing, I get a little bit confused what the flashing red light means now on the back of the car, because in the last game it was easy. It means they're in none, or they've reached 0, or under 10% or whatever.
Yeah,
but
it means here either they're in none, they've reached 0, or they're super clipping.
Yeah, so you can't.
You don't know.
Just to explain, what do you mean by super clipping? What does that mean?
So I don't know what exactly causes it to kick in, but late on a straight, it basically just start harvesting battery massively and deploying it less. I don't know if you need to deploy a certain amount before it starts. I don't know exactly what triggers it, but it's your best friend in this game. You're gonna gain a lot back when it starts happening. Before you even start lifting and coasting. Yeah, I find if you like when I was doing a couple of Australia laps, if I'm using the battery earlier in the straight, even if I'm coming off the battery later, when I come off the battery, I'll have less power because I'll be super clipping, but I'll be gaining so much battery back. So it's I don't fully understand it yet, but all I know is you want it to be happening because the amount that it limits your power is much less than the amount that you're going to be gaining back versus when it's not happening. Obviously, you don't want it when you're in a battle, but it's good. It's a good thing.
Yeah, okay. Just to mention, there was a yellow flag just there, and it was Boss Membrane, who's dropped to P16. This front group is ridiculous. This is a top 7.
Yeah, it's hard to keep your eyes off it, isn't it? Yeah, Chris has found his way here. Ryan gets himself a 3 second.
Chris has joined the party.
Chris and Gunnar appear to have underfield compared to everyone else.
Oh, we got a yellow. It's a white car.
Admiral.
And it is a Haas. It's Admiral.
The exit of turn 4. It's a shame. Admiral had a great qualifying, but he's just really struggled in the race so far.
Yeah, following whatever it was that happened to him at the start, we don't know. But it's not going right.
Admiral's, or not Admiral. Ryan's undercut seems pretty fine. I mean, his pace is perfectly okay here. Even with
absolutely. You might have fancied going to be able to get away with 6 lap fresher hires, but
I thought so. But sure, remember that pre-season Bahrain race where I put it under the second safety car and you hadn't, and I couldn't break away from you, and I had obviously much in your tyres, so I don't know.
In his Plimbolt for his second stop, so presumably this will be to Hards.
Yep.
But he's gonna lose a lot of places. I'm not convinced by the 2-stop at all. I have to admit. I mean, if Ryan is on a 2-stop, he's literally going to fall a full pit stop behind these guys to catch up, and I just don't see it happening.
I mean, we're seeing right now that the gap between new hards and old hards is pretty much nothing. So there is nothing to be gained by 2-stopping and constantly having new hards, right?
Plimbolt exits in P15. He was in the battle for first, and exits in P15. That's how tight this field is. It's not a massively long pit stop around here. It's one of the sort of medium ones, isn't it? Around 20, 22, 23 seconds.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit
standard
less.
Pit lane, yeah. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy in any way.
So I think Brian would just be annoyed by that 3 seconds he's picked up, because
it goes him a good few positions.
Yeah. Chris, by the way, passed Gazza. He's now into P5. He's flying.
Chris is flying after a bit of a mess of a qualifying. He's absolutely cooking here.
As it stands at the moment, he would jump to P4 if the race finished now, which, from 11th on the grid, what a race.
Ryan's out of battery. Wheel could look to make a move on him here. No, but see, Wheel started super clipping, but he's not able to gain enough on him.
So
Wheel's looking for it now. He's really looking for it. Here he goes. He's going for it. Wheel for P2.
Inside.
They're side by side. It's a really tough traction zone.
It is.
Ryan's coming back at him. Wheel has the inside, and he makes it. He goes deep, forces Ryan to back off. Really, really wise racing from Wheel there. But look, Gunner's looking to capitalise. He now has more battery because he hasn't used it in battling.
Brian. I don't know if that was an actual move attempt that from Brian, or whether he just missed his braking and had to sort of move to the inside. But a little bit of contact with Ryan. The fact that Brian hasn't given a place back makes me think it was a move. But
oh, look at Gunner. Gunner's looking to break away here. He's made good use of that battle.
He's got a second, 1.1 seconds, and a lap fresher tyres. This is Gunner's opportunity.
Yeah, I think he's got it here, unless he makes a mistake.
They've got similar batteries, so there's no reason to think that Gunner couldn't hold this 1 second.
Yeah,
down to the
that's that.
boost point, or whatever I don't know what you call it. I need to learn these terms.
Wheel
Yellow
broke
flag.
late and yo,
Bravosa is round.
wheel broke
Sorry.
late into the corner, meaning that he was going way quicker when the overtake line was, so he still got it, even though he was
Oh wow.
obviously 1.2, 1.3 behind, but he just broke late and went wide into the corner, which meant that
Yeah.
at the overtake line, which is in the middle of the braking point, he was fine.
But it also, I assume, gave Brian a better exit, and now well, there's under pressure from Chris around the outside of turn 4.
Yeah, it's all.
Oh,
going
Gaza
hard. The
spun!
honours, Gaza in the back.
Back to the battle though. Looks like Wells just about going to hold him off.
Chris in the
As
switchback
we
with
get
so
our
much
first-
more battery though.
First retirement is a pit lane retirement from Ravosa. I think he is a reserve.
It's really in the space of 5 corners, just gone horribly wrong for Whale here, hasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. He was absolutely on the battle for the race win. And it just, I don't know. I don't really even know what went wrong. He just broke
There's
late
not
to
even
the
a
point to hold
bridesmaid
the
anymore.
overtake. And
There's a flower girl or something.
yeah, I don't know.
Ryan, by the way,
Really
is he's 2 stopping
What
it.
have I missed? Oh, Ryan's 2 stopping. He's pitted, so he's out on fresh hards now. We're going to find out. Was it worth it?
Ryan, by the
My
way, has
suspicion
caught
is-
back up the gunner.
Yeah, Brian is flying. Obviously, if he's going to win the race, he's got to break and get a 3-second lead as well. But I don't think he'll be that bothered. I haven't spoken to Brian recently and spoken to him about the game. If he's challenging for a race win, if he was penalty free, he'd be over the moon.
Yep. Obviously, he'll probably feel like he's given up a chance, but it might feel like it's his only chance right now, but it's only because it's the first race, and I think he might be realising that he's a lot quicker than he thought he might be at this game.
Yeah.
Oh, he's nearly
Gaza
spun, he
pits.
spun, he spun!
Oh, no.
Ryan, no.
He's still P2. He's managed to get it going again. He hasn't got any damage that I can see.
No, he didn't hit a wall. He just
Gunnar
spun
previously, could he catch him again? As I think Reisel's had a little spin on his own in P17.
Yeah.
Again, no damage that I can see, so I think he's alright.
Project
in amongst
8
all that,
finds
by the
his
way,
way up to 6th.
Gaza pitted, made a second stop. Presumably that spin didn't help the tyres very much. So yeah, Project H, apart from that penalty, having a very good race. Robin as well. We've actually been battling these two for a long time. We've just not, because it's so close been so close at the front, we haven't really seen it, unfortunately.
Wheels completely missed the last corner, by the way. He just went straight on nearly.
Oh dear. Okay.
Didn't seem to get a penalty from it though, so fair play.
Come on, H,
Yeah.
says Ben, who is H's dad, so your son's doing well, man.
It's just
I saw a
flying.
yellow flag, but I don't know what it was. Did you notice it? Was it Whale? It was
It
Whale,
was
was
for
it?
it was for Wales, yeah, missing the last corner.
Oh no, this was turn 1, the one I saw.
Oh.
Yeah,
I don't think it was
turn
Whale.
1. He has dropped behind Chris, so
Yeah, I think he already was when he missed that last corner. I think he already was behind Chris. But look, Brian's quick. Brian's catching back up the gunner, and Chris and Whale are thereabouts, so it might not be over just yet.
yeah. Sorry, yellow flag out there. That's Reisel just having a few problems getting out of people's. He's trying to get out of people's way, but
He's doing a good job of it. But there's so many cars coming at once here, and
there is. Yeah, it's not easy. You've got so many cars coming at you.
he's doing a good job. Yeah, I mean Chris is here, and
Chris is flying. I'm so impressed.
but Chris mustn't be able to believe he's in with a chance of the win here. It's an outside
He really
chance.
is.
It's still a
I
chance
mean,
though.
Well, he's the best contender really to Gunnar because of Brian's penalty. So he just needs to somehow find his way past Brian. Brian did have that spin, which may have affected his tyres, which might help Chris. Not sure with the spins and that how much effect it has on the tyres with the settings
it definitely
we use.
affects them. It definitely affects them. Spin, Chris's spin!
Oh no, Chris!
No! Chris, no! Oh no!
Robin into the pits. He's been forced into a two-stop. I'm just wondering, are these hard boys going to struggle?
They might be.
As we get towards the end. There are people definitely backing out at the idea of a one-stop. Look, Robin sacrifices I can't remember if he was P6 or P7. I think he was just behind H, so P7, all the way down to P15 to get an extra set of tyres.
That was, so Brian had a half spin in turn 4, so that put Chris alongside him. Chris then put on the boost to try and make sure he was past him, and he put it on too early, and he just went around himself.
Right. Okay, so that's promoted well back to P3.
Yep. All of a sudden, it's not looking too bad for Whale here.
No, absolutely. Again, I don't keep saying it, but Brian with a 3-second penalty will promote well to a P2. Chris with some work to do to catch back up if he can. It's going to be hard to do with the laps remaining. Plimble gets past H, teammates tonight. So I don't think H put up too much of a fight there with Plimble on the much fresher tyres. H's battle really is the Mercedes of Yestin. Yestin moves to the inside. Just about leaves enough room. H does really well actually to get through turn 2 as well as he has. With the angle he was at. Yestin going to come... No, not quite able to get alongside for a go at turn 4. It looks like H has held him off for now. These
Brian
guys
really
have got Ryan.
to drop Whale. Yes,
So
Brian
this is where
could...
Brian is. He's caught this group of 3 drivers. To be fair, Plimble's should pull away. So yeah, he's going to be behind H and Yestin that are going to be battling like mad. So
Yep.
it's
Looks like
just
7th is
working.
probably Ryan Peak here.
Yeah.
In pole position.
I wonder why he went for that car. Perhaps the game was suggesting that the 2-stop was really close with the 1-stop, but this is why really you do need to put your practice in, isn't it? And do a race run, check your tyres and all that sort of thing.
But what age's Project H? Isn't he like 11?
Yeah, he turned 11 a few weeks ago.
He is brilliant, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is
I have to say,
absolutely
compared
fantastic.
to the first races I did when I first met him, he's just so much better already.
Yeah,
He has made
yeah.
such massive improvements already.
Look, I was playing F1 games at the age of 11. What F1 game would have been? 2013. I was terrible. I was absolutely awful. It's actually insane. I'm so ludicrously impressed. Just watch them drive it. This is so good. Ridiculous.
Look at that, from H to get back past Ryan.
Yeah. Wow, it's amazing.
Sneaky little... Ryan got sort of caught behind Yestin, and H just sort of sneakily snuck it up the inside.
Yeah, have a quick look at the top 3. Brian's catching, and it's not like Gunnar's kicking his feet back. He's much less battery than Brian and Whale. Like, Gunnar's pushing here, and he doesn't have the pace of the 2 behind him. This can be really interesting towards the end here. If Brian can make a battle win, then we get a 3 goes Whale moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
You never know. Whale only needs to be Gunnar on track, So
Yeah.
it's so interesting.
So, Ryan gets past H, but then H comes back at him.
He's such a clean racer. I promise you, if I was league racing 11, I'd have been crashing into everyone.
Yeah. When I first started the F1 games, Carsey, if you wanted to play multiplayer, you had to link 2 consoles up together with a wire.
Yeah, I was my first F1 game was actually F1 97
Oh, of
on the
course, yeah.
PS1.
Mine was the one before, which was I think was just called
96.
Formula One. Yeah,
Oh
it was
yes, it
based on
was.
the
It was.
Damon
It
Hill
was just called
season.
Formula One. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Um,
97. Still my favorite F1 game. Maybe because it's my first, but God, it was good.
oh, it was brilliant. It was brilliant.
I still every so often I'll just hook it up and play it again.
Oh,
It's
I
just
must admit I
brilliant.
don't do that because I'd rather, I don't know, I don't want to ruin the memory. So,
No, you're not.
I
You
mean,
wouldn't.
technically,
It's
I did
still
play
that
Formula
good.
One
Like,
games before that, but Super Monaco Grand Prix would have been
yes,
very
exactly.
early one. F1
Yeah.
Domart is F1 Domart for me still remains in my mind the best one ever, just simply because it was the first game to bring in pit stops. You had
That's
to
pretty
make a pit
cool. Yeah,
stop.
that's cool. Brian's caught Gunner now, but Whale tried to save a bit of battery and ended up putting himself out of overtake range of the top two. So he needs a good lap here.
Yeah, so he's just nipped back within the 1 second, but of course he's got to hold that around the whole lap.
Yeah,
You'd feel he can probably do that if these two end up battling.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, if they're going at Gunner's pace, it hasn't been good. Like, well, obviously it's been good, but it hasn't been as good as the other two. So I don't see any reason we'll be able to stick with this, even without overtake.
how this race changed, by the way, for Karma. They are coming up to lap Karma.
Oh my god, yeah.
He
Wow.
was literally battling with these guys earlier in the race. It feels
Wow.
like not that long ago, to be honest.
Yeah, no.
The race
Isn't
is
that long
actually
ago?
going really fast. It's already lap
Yeah.
26 out of 29.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
It's an absolute simmer. Thanks, Josh. It is a good one. It's every race I'm involved in feels like it's like this at the moment.
Yeah, this game's
Boss.
brilliant for racing right now, I must say. It's always exciting.
I think what I've actually just caught the end of there was Gaza trying to get past Boss and then Boss coming back. So Boss just holds Gaza off. You'd feel that's probably temporary as Gaza's got a 6-lap tyre advantage.
Here comes Brian.
Oh. Just know Whale is praying
Whale
for something to happen. He doesn't want them to absolutely.
So bad.
I know well enough. He won't want them to absolutely nail each other and take each other
Yeah,
out, but he would love for something to happen for him to nick the lead and nip off a couple of seconds or something.
Oh, got a snap. Oh, this top three is so exciting.
Admiral looking to continue his recovery as he
Yeah, it's been pretty good
close
actually.
to the back of age.
You could get 8th here.
Don't
Oh,
think
no,
it. Yeah,
get 9th.
he was actually gaining really quite strongly on the straight and then turned his battery off because he was just going to run into none, and I think opted to keep the battery. As Boss and Gaza go side by side into turn 1 and Gaza gets the move done. So back to P11 for Gaza.
We've got a back marker, Karma reduced. Will he give Gunner overtake here? Brian and Whale would not like that. Surely not, considering he's Whale's teammate.
Yeah, well, we'll be saying please move now,
Yeah,
move now, slow now. He is going to. Not in front of Weldo. Oh no, Weldo's going to get in the way in the off for Brian, so it didn't matter. So
There we go.
Brian,
Does Brian go for it?
well, he's
Looks
got
like it to me.
20% advantage, and
Whale's licking his
So-
lips. Gunner runs out of battery.
side by side to turn 1, side by side to turn 1. Well, I'll be saying. Go, lock
Brian
up.
locks up.
Will he be better off holding off in a way for now? It's the penultimate lap. Will he be better off actually
He doesn't seem to
sticking
think
behind?
so. Gunner's out again. Here
Doesn't,
comes
does
Brian
he?
around the outside of turn 4. Brian backside.
If this was last year's game, you'd just sit in P2 for the last lap, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, a little bit of contact again. Gunner's going off the throttle, just trying to build battery anywhere he can. Because obviously he knows not much point for Brian in making the move right now. So he knows he can slow down, save the battery, and Brian won't go for the overtake. But here's
Yeah.
Whale. Brian runs wide.
just nipping
Whale
now.
doesn't need that really. Yeah, Wheel makes a mistake in the exit. And that looks like a Gunnar win to me. Just now,
Never
Brian.
win yet. We got another lap yet.
Yeah. But he has a lot less battery now because he's had to use it to catch back up.
Sorry, just while that was happening, I nipped down to Admiral and Project H, who were battling like mad, but looks like Admiral's come out on top there. At least for the moment.
Here, Wheel has a lot more battery than the two in front. Can something happen here?
Ryan's sensible in holding back, but has he saved enough battery though?
I don't think he has, no. No.
Dummy Gunnar by actually switching his battery down now at this point.
Yeah, and
So
here
he
comes
can go
Wheel.
for it at a later point.
He's going to make the move into turn 1. No, he backs
Oh, he definitely had a look. Definitely had a look, but back
Ah,
to
Wheel. You're never going to win
He's
a
looking
race
for a
if
switch
you're
back,
satisfied with P2, man. Come on. Yeah, Gunnar's played this really nicely. Although, here comes Brian. Oh, Gunnar cuts it off really nicely.
just letting Gunnar know he's still there.
It's not over yet. One mistake from Gunnar and this race flips in his head. A lot of pressure now.
Honestly, from what we've seen all race, the best opportunity for Brian might be down towards the final corner. This might be the one lap
Where you would
do
want
want
to
make a
that
move.
move there. Gunnar goes defensive. Another little tap.
touch.
Gunnar has a snap oversteer on the exit. Anything happens here, Will can pick up the win, but will it? Does Brian want to risk it when he has the penalty? Or will he just say, I'll just take P2 on track?
Well,
doesn't look like that to me.
He wants to win the race on track, but actually, do you know what? I've just realised in all this battling, it's brought Chris back within the penalty range, so he's actually taken a position.
Gunnar's out of battery.
Here, Brian.
Here comes Brian. He's out of battery. Here comes Wheel. He's not close enough. Brian doesn't go
Everyone's out of battery. Oh,
he knows there's no chance. And Gunnar.
He's going to take the P2, and it's going to be Gunnar, our current champion, who takes the first race win of the season. Whale with a brilliant P2, and Chris, I have to say, an absolutely superlative
P3 from
P3.
Chris.
And I mean, he's my driver. Are you happy for him, driver of the day? I don't. Well, let's have a look at the others as well first, just before we actually
I'm happy with that, man.
So Brian with the penalty ends up P4 in the end, but what a fantastic start to the season for him as well. Really showing some pace. Gregory with a very good drive as well, actually, to take P5. Plimble on the 2-stop takes P6. Ryan, in the end, just showed it wasn't the correct strategy, takes P7. Yestin P8, Admiral recovers into the top 10 for P9. Gazed's at P10. Boss takes a P11, much better than a Sunday, so it's steps forward for Boss. H in the ends up P12. He did have penalties, so I think he's dropped down a bit there. Robin P13. Ozer's P14. He's not last, so he'll probably be happy. Josh P15. Karma takes P16 in the end. And Rizel will be our last finisher, but he is... Oh, I was going to say he is going to finish, but he's going to hit a wall out the final corner. But he's okay. Only a bit of the wing came off. He can still finish the race. And we'll take P17, and we'll still get some points, Rizel, so...
That race was awesome, man.
Yeah, superb.
Awesome.
I hope they're all like that, or even better, of course. But
I hope they're all better. And I think this is a season where we'll see a wheel race at some point, surely. A wheel race win. Surely after, like, first race, he's half a second off the win. Surely we'll see it at some point.
If he keeps going the way he is, managing his battery the way he is, I think that is a big thing in his locker. I think he's managing his battery better than the other drivers around him. Until he got in amongst the battle and then seemed to get pulled into using it in the same way. That was the only thing that stood out for me. But I'd be amazed if we don't see one at some point this season. But at the same point, you did actually curse him earlier in the race, Carsey, so I'll make sure he's aware of that.
Yeah, that's my fault.
If it wasn't for you, well, would have won tonight. So it's all on you, mate. Let me just scroll through so we've got it all on stream. Fastest lap of the race, by the way, went to Karma Reduced with a 1:30.187.
You were happy with Chris driver of the day, yeah?
Well, I'm looking at pit stops on instance. Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's been by far the standout driver as we've gone through the race. So, 11th to 3rd, a massive performance from Yestin, by the way, 16th to 8th. So I think he would probably be the next sort of in line. But
he didn't have a penalty.
Did he have a penalty? Oh, sorry, not on that. I'm on the tyres. Yeah. If he didn't have a penalty, he'd definitely be in with a shout. But I think it has to be Chris. So I'm happy with that. So congratulations, Chris, on driver of the day. But yeah, our current champion puts his what am I trying? I can't. I had something in mind to say then, and it's completely gone out of my head this sentence. But he stamps his authority then on the grid and takes the first win of the season. But from what we've seen, I think we're going to be having multiple race winners throughout this season somehow.
Yeah, something tells me.
Absolutely. So I just want to say thank you to Whale and Ozers for joining me at the start for a quick chat, and Carsey yourself for joining me on comms.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Absolutely. I know you'll be here as often as you can. So
next 2 weeks I'll be in Slovenia, so I won't be able to, unfortunately. But from race 4 on, I'll
for
be
Slovenia. What are you doing in Slovenia?
Visiting, nothing particular.
What, just holiday?
But I'll miss obviously as well. First 2 races or the second and third race of Thursdays too, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so I can have an head start then. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
I can have an head start and be ahead of you for the next couple of races until you catch up again. Woo! Yes, beating Carsey. Right. Okay, thanks, mate. Also, thank you out there, of course, to everybody who's watched along with us and made the comments as well. Thanks for having watched it back at a later point. What an outstanding start to the season, and I think it's only going to get better as we go on.
Awesome.
No problem, Brian. Really well done tonight, man. I know penalty is annoying, but your pace was outstanding, so well done, man. But yeah, thanks very much, everyone, and good night. God bless.